This series is about to really take off. And I can tell you exactly why. First of all, we're level 35, baby. We got 70 lots in the cellar now. Oh yes, we can do so much more stuff with that, because 30 was really nothing. Don't worry, I did not collect any mats. I did not collect any kamas from achievements or fights. I gave it all to my masquerader, who I leached his character with. I even lost a few kamas, if you're being serious. Like, I gave away like 400 kamas. But this is just so this series actually moves and I can put stuff in the cellar. I think that's understandable, because I'll probably need even more cellar lots if you think about how I'm gonna have like 7-8 MK at one point, and then I'll have to put more stuff in and spend all of that money. On that note, also, the series will stop once I have 10 million value, so if there's still like 5 million in the cellar waiting to be sold and I have 5 million in my inventory, that's also counting, because at that point I would just have to wait until it sells and then it'd be over, because you know, then I'd already have done it. That makes sense? Right. But also, I haven't been sleeping, right? I have 126 KK now, because I've been rinsing and repeating, rinse and repeat. I just repeated a thing, okay? I did it multiple times. The thing now is I was able to get enough money to be able to buy so many runes that I could craft 100 more runes, and I just did a lot of stuff with the runes. So here, for example, I took 300 intelligence runes, crafted pound runes and made 8 KK profit, or I crafted 100 power strength runes and made 6 KK profit. Then I also went ahead and crafted 100 power whiz runes, which gave me 12 KK profit, and then so on and so forth. For example, here I made a total of 18 KK profit. I really did a lot of stuff with the wisdom runes, because with those I actually just made 12 KK per 100 sold, and I could just do that. Literally, I would get to 10 million so quick, because runes sell quick, you can make a lot of them, and there's so much space for runes to make money with. But this is supposed to be a learning experience for all of us. I want to show off different aspects. This isn't just about the fastest way possible. I mean, I kind of want to be fast, you know, to be impressive, etc. But at the same time, I'm not gonna abuse just one thing and continue doing that a little bit, but not too extensively. Obviously, I'll have to get to 10 MK somehow, but I don't want to just go to runes, because the actual resources are supposed to be a bit more of the aspect we're concentrating on here. So that's why that's not everything we're gonna do. Right, so let's just get started, because with these 126 KK we can obviously do a lot, and then once we sell a bit more of that, then we can move on, etc, etc. So now we can dabble into a little bit of the higher profit stuff. Well, not necessarily that much higher, but like we can spend money on stuff that is worth more, where we can be more sure about the speed of the sales. So let's just start this off and see what we can find. Now, first of all, I'm taking a look at substrates, because a lot of times, or mostly, you only need like 1 substrate, 2 substrate, 4 substrate, whatever. So people buy single ones, but then the bulk ones, the more bulk the better. You know, you just get a lot of profit out of that. So I'm taking a look at these, seeing stuff like farmland substrate, and we're just gonna see exactly what the fuck. This is insane. Like, if I have 100 KK, but like single ones, that's gonna take too long to sell, right? But it's, oh my god, that's so much money. And you can see it's pretty consistently throughout this. So I think we're gonna have to do some of that and see where that takes us. I think I'm just gonna go for substrates. All of these are so, guys, how lazy are you? Come on. Okay, so we're gonna do shrubstrate, we're gonna do farmland substrate, and definitely also gonna do undergrowth substrate and some thicket substrate. 53, can we do something with that? No, we're so little off. Actually, we can do these. Okay, so let's put all of these in the cellar now. So let's just look at the kamas we have in here now, and suddenly, if you take the cellar cost into consideration, which was about 3 KK here, we're already at like 170 KK. We just made like 50 KK. We just increased our kamas by almost 1.5. And these are substrate. Like, people are gonna buy them. I can show you the farmland substrate, especially farmland substrate, is really, really popular. As you can see, there's so many recipes. And let's just see here. Single one, single one, single one, two, single, single, single. I think you can see why the increase in price is so big, because people may buy 10. Like, I buy 10 at once because I know it pays off, especially with a price difference like this. But people may really just need low level gear, or just not have as much money, and they can afford to just buy 10 if they only need one, because if they do that too often, you know, that's just gonna be sucky. And the difference is only 1 KK, so a lot of people don't mind, but it obviously adds up. And the same thing can be said about all of these substrates. Shrubstrate and farmland substrate are definitely some of the most popular ones, but other ones also sell. Some of them, like primary forest substrate, they just take longer to sell because there's way fewer items where they're actually used, which I find quite a shame, because they're supposed to be more premium, more cool or whatever. But if you look up shrubstrate, you can see a way longer list, and especially farmland substrate, that's why I brought it up. That's why it's one of the most efficient ones to get. That is because it's just used in so many objects, because this is the kind of type of level where the most items are. This level range and the end set level range is the one with the highest density of items per level, which is why it's also a great thing to look out for. And knowing that mats in that level range will have the most uses and therefore probably will do the best at selling. But that being said, guys, we need to take a break already, because it was very easy to spot that I could just buy a lot of substrate and we're already done. We already spent all our money and we'll have to wait again. But this will cut to somewhere where I'm done with all of this, and then we'll just look at something else where we get to spend more money. Wow, so it's been a bit because I also had other obligations and stuff, so didn't actually have time. But we've now sold everything and we almost got as much money, you know, as we kind of like wanted to and whatnot. And at first I thought some stuff was way too hard to sell, but it really did sell over time. Just on Echo, sometimes you need to wait a little bit until some people buy it. But now we have 167kk, and I think we need to invest just a little more, and then we'll see where we progress from there. I think I want to really try to find some stuff that won't or shouldn't be too hard to sell here. So what I'm first checking is stuff like mysterious fabric, tourmaline, and now pebbles as well, because these are the ones, as you can see, that you can sometimes sell for bigger costs, because also you need them in a lot of crafts, as you can see here, but you don't really need a lot of them, so oftentimes people find themselves just buying single ones. Okay, we're just gonna stick with these right now, with these 10, and not do any more, because others just aren't high enough profit or whatnot, or like I just don't have some money right now. I want to differentiate with some stuff. I hope I already pressed enter so many times. That's fine. Pebbles are surely gonna sell pretty quickly. I want to also look at some alloys, because as you know, alloys are also used in a lot of crafts, so I'm really going through the most popular stuff right now and seeing what I can maybe do with that. I think with ebonite here, this may actually be a good deal that is worth taking, that people actually buy. If I was down to spend 100kk, I could make even more easier, and I think I'll do it with baccalite too. There's a lot more of this alloy stuff, but I feel like these prices are almost, for one, too high. And also I don't want to go all out on alloys, but there's already so much again that you can do with a lot of these. Okay, to be fair, not with too many of these. Especially quartz and kryptonite, I noticed. I think I'm gonna go for kryptonite and lower the price a little bit. Like, if you buy 5 kryptonite in single ones, you already spend as much as if you buy 10, which is kind of high. And I do want to sell them, you know. I can't wait too long, so that's another thing added on for me here. Now I also want to check ores, because there's a few ones where you can often get some cool deals. Ardenite, for example, is never used more than 10. You need it for Ardenite, and that's you need it for a lot of keys, so that may present itself as a good option. I think that's why I'm gonna try it. For this one, I just don't know how quick it's gonna sell. Sorry, that's definitely something where I really want to let you guys know afterwards how it went. And lastly, let's look at one last category, I'd say, for now. I actually think I would really like to go for mob drop, because that's a big thing. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select a few of these different categories that you know, drop stuff from mobs of. Then we flip this around, we're at level 200, and now we have all these high level resources where we can just take a look at some of the stuff here. Here it's a little more difficult because we only have 46kk, but I believe we can probably find something. Okay, now everything that I can potentially make use of is actually just a little too expensive if you take into consideration also that I still have some seller costs to put all of these in the seller. So let me just quickly scroll a bit down here and look at these things. Okay, so what I'm looking at right here is just dungeon drops. That's why I search for royal, and I believe I can just go for these feathers, because a lot of them need like 8 or 9 feathers, which means people will most likely still buy a 10 stack, but also 11 or 12, etc, etc. So people will probably sometimes just go ahead and buy single ones. Plus I won't put it in for 1.3kk, but a little less. The thing is, if it's very low cost, people don't really mind buying a stack of 10. So here I'm also not completely sure how it's gonna go, but I really feel like it's worth trying. Now this one is kind of a classic. A lot of the recipes here only need 1, 2, 3, whatever. So a lot of people, because it's low cost, with both kinda buy single ones without thinking too far. So I'm pretty sure we can sell single ones of these as well. Let's put some of these in here. Now here we haven't seen the biggest profits, but it's the small steps. And the more money we have, the more these small profits are gonna add up. As you can see here right now, we have 95kk in here, we have 34 here. So we basically have 130kk in total, plus all of these. still. And since the average prices are lower than what I can sell them for, as by the average inventory value, we're definitely over 200k I'd say already, which is already great. And now, because I want to make some other progress and I don't have many cameras left anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make one or so rune deals still before we head off here, and then we'll have probably one more stop where we get together and have fun, and then the video is over. Okay, here we can just start buying here like this, make use of these very cheap ones, then we go up to like 100, and then we buy 200 more, and there we go. For like 19k, we're gonna sell these for 24k, and now with 15k, I'll definitely keep those around. That's all I'm doing. I won't do more wizards right now because that's boring, but I may do some more while you guys aren't watching, so we're definitely gonna make some more progress. The step up from the last episode is already insane though, considering I don't even have much time to spend on here because I always need to wait for sales, and in the beginning definitely the increases are smaller, but since these episodes only get more interesting with every episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. Liking obviously helps me realize how much you guys like these episodes, so I put my effort into producing them faster. Of course, subscribing so you can actually make sure that if I make a good episode, the chances are higher that you won't miss it, because honestly neither of us want that. So anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit when I can tell you all where we're at. Once again, we've made a happy little bit of progress. I've done something else. I bought a few runes and put them together, but that's it. Well, we're at 200k in value if we add these more or less now, but we do have, of course, 150k again. So we'll do a bit more now to finish off this episode, and hopefully in the next episode we may actually be able to get the first million. So let's go ahead and try to think of something else we can do. Now I think it's also time to look through some other stuff to see if we can go again on some of these things, like shrub strip. I'll take 4k, you know, that's not bad. Same with something like timber substrate, that's just like 8k. Thicket substrate got sold very quickly. That is how you do all of this. Basically just improve over time because you know what sells well and what doesn't. The forest substrate we'll take as well, and also the undergrowth substrate. Now somehow again I've just spent all my money on this again because I don't know, it's just so easy with these right now. I mean, I need to sell all of these before I release the next episode, because once I release the next episode I feel like making money with these is gonna be a bit harder. That's just what I'm thinking. So let's now, once we spend all of this, go for some less costly, lower resource again, and then until the next episode I'll grind a bit more, you could say. Not really grind, but you know, make use of some normal things here that I can use up, things you've already seen like runes, etc. What I quickly want to do here is now go into equipment, sort that by level, go into the level region I want to target. I know a lot of the mats that are needed often, etc., but I do need to be reminded of them a little bit. So I'm just gonna go through here and see what is used often. Man, these could have really been a treat, couldn't they? This would also be great, but yeah, right now not enough money. Need to look a little lower in the list. And I think we found a candidate here. You always only need like one of these for all the crafts. It isn't a lot, so I'm expecting this to sell quite slowly on this server, but it is an increase in kamas that is cheap. So again, if you just rinse and repeat this kind of stuff until you out of kamas, these small profits turn into big profits. So let's look a bit more at the mobs in this area, and here we have another one, also a low drop rate one in the same area. Only need like 1 or 2 per craft, and the increase is pretty high because again, people only need one at a time. I think slowly but surely it's becoming clear what I mean with this. I hope I don't explain it too well, because otherwise I'll be out of business before the series ends. But we're pretty much finished here. It's hard to say what kind of kama value we're at right now, but considering we've got 150k here, and even just the average value of these puts us at 225k or something, that's already a good sign, and probably means we're at 250,000 or something similar to that right now. And I think this is going pretty well. I think this is a great progress episode. But yeah guys, that's all the time I sadly have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the series. Follow me on Twitter for memes, join my community Discord, and I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye!